you mentioned the schemes that they're going to see with Kansas this week, but the guys that bring those schemes to life are those two backs. I mean, Devin Neal and Daniel Highshaw. I'm not sure that they're not the best tandem of running backs in the country.
Well, they're both good. The third-team guy, if he's a third-team guy, they bring in on goal line, he's a problem. He's an issue, too. He pounds you straight ahead. They've got a good package. They're smart. They know what they're doing. Their coordinator's a traditional wishbone guy. And if you look at what they do with the different types of run plays they have are tied into triple option in the most part. They're doing it off of some pole plays. They've revolutionized it a little bit from pulling guards and pulling guard and tackles and still running option off the backside of that. So what they're doing is really, really good. They're good at it. It's a little different and unique. So it's a really tough preparation during the week to get prepared for what they do. And those backs, from what I see, have gained confidence in the ability in that style of play, and they like running the ball because they're running for 3 to 4 yards past the line of scrimmage and not getting touched. It's a pretty good deal.
Mike, you got a front row seat for what Lance Leipold's done at KU the last 3 years. You had a pretty good seat for what Bill Snyder did at K-State 30-something years ago. Any similarities in what you've seen?
Yeah, there's some good similarities. Lance is a nice guy. I know him, but I don't know him. But I can watch tape, and to me it looks like that he believes in these things, and this is what they do. They don't get out of their box. They stick with it, and they try to improve. He's had his coordinators with him for almost 20 years. He had them at, was it Whitewater? And then Buffalo, right? So, I mean, he's had those guys with him, so obviously this is what he wants to do. He doesn't have to vary from it much, so they speak the same language all the time. And they can minimize, I'm just outside, I don't know, they can minimize, and they don't waste a lot of time doing things. That's the same thing that Coach Snyder did, right? He ran a 4-3 defense. He played quarters defense, and then if you started moving the ball on him, they went to cover one and played man and blitzed you, and that was it. That's what they did, and he knew that's what you were going to get. They were good at kick return. They were good at punt return. They tried to steal from you a possession and win the special teams yards. And then offensively, he built it around who his quarterback was. They went empty sometimes, and then sometimes they ran triple option based on who their quarterback was. So the comparison here is the same. Their defense hasn't changed. They're doing the same thing. They're not real complicated, but they don't get out of place much. They understand where to fit, and they know their coverages. And then offensively, they're designing everything around quarterbacks who can run triple option, and that's the guys they're recruiting. That's what they're looking for. So the similarities are they stay in their box. In my opinion, they know what they want. They're not real complicated, which allows players to compete and play fast. And then every year they're recruiting a little bit better players.